Aussies Abroad, brought to you by McDonald's.
There's a lot of players that have talent in Australia and they try to make it. To do that, they head to Europe, and you see, there's some that make it, and obviously there's some that end up back in the A-League. So I came here as a young player, obviously inexperienced in Europe. I needed time, and you need to, get used to the being away from home, away from family. It's not easy, that's for sure. And my first step in club was nice, but obviously the game time was missing. I took a step back to the second league, and that was another decision that I had to make, and I guess maybe some players wouldn't have done that. My 2 seasons in the second league, helped me to understand the hard work part of football, and it is a grind in the second league. It's a lot more physical, and it's one of those things where it's 100 miles an hour, you don't get a second to breathe. And 7 years later, back in the Bundesliga, if you had asked me then, the goal would be to be back here, but to play 2 strong seasons and make a move to Berlin, I couldn't tell you that. The coach here was really interested in me. He said he wanted to strengthen the team with speed. He wanted a faster team because he said today's football is all about being physical and fast, and it's getting more and more like that. So a bit of a surprise that it ended up being Berlin, but the move was always something I wanted to do.
What Mathew's doing in the Bundesliga is, he's forged a wonderful career for himself. Over 100 Bundesliga games. He's 26 years old. I know for a fact that players here in Germany, really respect the way he plays.
He's been pretty impressive. He's built for the Bundesliga. He's a physical guy. He can run all day. He's really pacey. He's got goals in him. A lot of the Bundesliga teams are playing sort of a counter-attacking style, and I guess he's just built for that kind of style.
The Bundesliga's, the quality of the players is higher, and one or 2 actions can punish a team in a game. So me, myself personally, I think I've improved in a tactical sense, obviously technically a little bit as well, and just an understanding of football in general.
He's built this on his own. He hasn't had any help from anyone, so it's a credit to him, and I think he's got another step in his career, and hopefully he can keep fulfilling his potential and make that next step.
There's so many people from different countries, there's so many tourists, there's so much history and so much things to see. Just the stadium itself is pretty cool because so much history in the past with it. So it's a great city and still got a lot to see and a lot to learn about it, but cool to say I live in Berlin, that's for sure.